Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's the favorito pajarito in this motherfucking shit. I know y'all dig the hair. Still haven't washed it though, but y'all gonna get the update. But anyways, today's video, as you can already tell, is gonna be a get ready with me slash I was about to say makeup tutorial. No makeup tutorial slash story time. So I hope y'all dig it. We gonna start right off with our primer, and we're gonna start off with the story. Don't worry, I'm not trying to make this video long, so I would not be like, you know, talking throughout every step. So anyways, this story all starts out with in high school. Yes, I know, I only have like a year off high school. I'm a college senior now, but nobody cares. Ooh, that forehead. Okay, so it starts off with me in Spanish class, right? A lot of my people know this video, like they know what I'm gonna be talking about. But this was sophomore year. Jonathan's a good kid. Jonathan does not get into no trouble, no fights with nobody, cause everybody know not to fucking try me. But anyways, I'm a good kid, like never got into fights with teachers. You know, I got into little petty fights, you know, cause teachers be trying it, and sometimes like they be trying to abuse your like their power and shit. But no, like not with me. So sophomore year was my really, I wouldn't say rebel year, but it was the year that after like freshman year and like everybody gassed that shit, like saying it was gonna be hard and shit. Like it really wasn't that hard, but I did learn in freshman year that I use a towel to clean my hands when I'm done. Alright, so boom, right? I was in, again, like I said, it was my sophomore year, and sophomore year, it was the year that Jonathan stopped giving a fuck. Well, he didn't really stop giving a fuck because my grades were always A1, but he agreed that he was not going to take any shit from no teacher, right? That included everybody. I don't know who the fuck they thought that, like, who I thought they was. Like, I'm a good student and all, but I'm not going to let nobody bitch me. Because in that school, the teachers really try to, like, they really try to, like, how would I put this? Like, they just, like, stepped over kids and, like, they overused their power. That's what I was looking for. They overused their powers, like, a lot. Like, all the fucking time, they overused their power. So, like, I peeped that. What was it? What year was it? I peeped it, freshman year. So, sophomore year, I was like, that's not gonna happen with me. Like, you gotta twist it 3 times backward because I'm not gonna let this happen to me. Like, I'm too good. I'm like, I always behave and shit, but I'm not gonna get stepped over. Like, I really didn't allow myself to get stepped over, but I let a lot of shit slide, right? So, really, I can share this out. I don't know why I put so much makeup on. Like, my face is already so clear. Anyways, oh my god, why I look like this? So, anyways, so it comes down to this one class, cause my sophomore year wasn't that bad, but this one class. From the beginning, I knew I was going to have a problem with this teacher. Because he was the type of teacher, that abused, like, he was the type that abused his power. And I ain't going to give too much information. I'll clean that up. I ain't going to give too much information, but this class was my Spanish class. My sophomore Spanish class. I ain't going to hold you. My beard ain't covered up, bitch. Some of the kids in that class, well, I ain't gonna hold you. There's nothing to hold, bitch. But a lot of kids in that class were black. It was like, and like, I really get along with black people. Like, black people and me are like sisters. So, and I was in like mostly the same boat as like the black people. Like, I don't care, I'm calling black people. I was in the same boat as them because like, I'm a Dominican, but at that point, like, I was I wouldn't say American. I was an Americanized Dominican. So like, my Spanish, I ain't gonna hold you, was not A1. Like, I've gotten way better. Was it because of that class? No. But at the time, I was practically in the same boat as the black people. Like, the same vocabulary they knew, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I knew a little bit more, obviously, because I'm Dominican, I speak Spanish at home. But it wasn't like gran mierda that I, like, knew everything. And, like, some words, like, till this day, I can't pronounce. Like, I'm sorry, the Spanish language, like, there's some weird ass words that my English, since English was, I wouldn't say it was my first language because Spanish was my first language, but English was really what, you know, we were taught as little kids. Even though we had Spanish class, it was really the one that we really got taught, if that makes any sense. Like, it's my parents' job to teach me, but in the same sentence, like, you know, you're not really gonna learn from your parents. Like, your parents don't be telling you how to say, like, how to say for example, I'm a medical student. Well, not a medical student, I'm a medical assistant. Like, a colonoscopy, for example. Mom, I don't know how to say that. The fuck? But, like, that's the type of shit that he expected all of us to know. Even the black kids, which me and the black kids that year, we really had fun with that teacher, because we were not letting ourselves get bitched. Anyways, hold on, let me finish my face. I don't know where I'm at the story, but got my face done. So it got to the point. Well, it didn't really get to the point. No, what the hell am I talking about? The teacher was just like an a-hole. Like he expected us to know everything. Like, dead ass. Like, teachers are supposed to push you, but like the way he pushed, it was like, I ain't gonna hold you. He was disrespectful with his shit. Like, always. And like, we were the type of people, like, I ain't gonna toot my own horn. Like, I was not a bad kid, and like, I'm not disrespectful in any case. But with this teacher, he didn't really want us to attack him, cause like, nobody wants to get attacked, you know what I mean? But like, in the same sentence, the way he carried himself, it was just like, what am I saying? Like, he was just an asshole. Like, for example, I'm gonna just get straight into my story. He treated all of us like shit, and I want to say he just targeted me, but I will say he did target, I don't know, like, I ain't trying to be racist. He never targeted the Mexicans, ever, unless the Mexicans were bad. What am I saying? He targeted, I wasn't a bad student, so I'm not going to say a bad student. He targeted just like, he picked and chose who he wanted to target at, because, like I said, the majority of us were, like, it was a Spanish 2 class. The way our Spanish class works, they do by level. So there's Spanish 1, 2, 3, and then there's AP, yada yada yada. So I think I was in Spanish either 1 or it was my second year. I was in Spanish 1, I think. No. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think I was in Spanish 1. No, I think I was in Spanish 2. Oh, well, it doesn't fucking matter what Spanish I was in. Regardless, well, it does matter, because, like, you're held at a different standard. But, I don't know, the guy was just an asshole, and, like, he picked and chose who he wanted to, like, attack and shit, and I wouldn't say luckily, but I was one of the motherfuckers he really picked on. And I'm gonna tell you how he picked on me. Alright, so boom, right? His thing with me, right? And y'all may think it's stupid, but after a while it gets annoying. I'm gonna explain why. His thing was me. Well, I'm gonna explain first. My last name is Zapata, right? My Spanish speakers, oh fuck, I did this wrong. My Spanish speakers know why that's funny. That's funny. But my black people know why it's funny too, because y'all ain't that dumb. Zapato, Zapata. I only have one letter changing it from shoe. My whole life, I had to deal with teachers saying, shoe, Jonathan shoe, which sometimes it doesn't bother me. But I wouldn't say using it as a derogatory way, but using it to like get a like something out of me, like emotion wise. I know I shouldn't do a triangle, but I like coverage. I am bringing it all the way down though. Low key am though. The way he would use it, it like, I find it on purpose. Like, he will dead ass be like, I'm gonna speak Spanish right now, I'm sorry. He'll be like, example, zapato. Like, say shit like that. Like, trying to be like funny. And like, I ain't the type of bitch to like ever like get mad at stupid shit like that ever, right? Because I'm too grown, and like I always tell myself, not as a different standard, but I never allowed certain things to get to me because I am gay. I was gonna say faggot. I am gay, so I am very strong. Not a lot of things bother me because of what I've been through. I don't like this sponge, not for blending, Nelly. So I don't really let a lot of things bother me, but And especially that word, because I've been called worse. A faggot, you're gonna go to hell, yada yada yada. You know, all the good shit. All the good shit the fags get. All of them. So, like, I ain't really, like, I ain't gonna hold you. It bothered me at first. But then I was like, he's one of them. Like, he's one of those teachers that, like, use that word to, like, you know, yada yada yada, booty boo. Y'all get the fucking point. So, it bothered me at first, but then I was like, girl, get over it. Like, you're a faggot. Like, you've been called worse. Like, you need to just, like, push through, right? So that's what I did. I ain't really let it bother me. Kept it pushing, minding my business. But he would use it, dead ass, trying to be funny. So, an example would be him saying, oh, like, why can't I come up with examples right now? It's because I'm doing my makeup. He'll be like, zapato. How do you spell shoe in Spanish? Like, trying to be funny like that. And like I said, like, y'all may be thinking, Jonathan, this is not that serious. Like, you're like childish, yada yada yada, whatever the case may be. But he would say it like repeatedly, like when a joke stops getting funny, it's like calling me a faggot. I can call you a fag anytime. Like, oh, you bitch, you're a faggot. Da, 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 da. Like, I use it like that. But then when you keep like, I can't even use faggot as a word. I don't know. But like, if I don't know you like that and you keep saying, yeah, faggot, da 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 da, and like you like switch up your tone, it's like, you know, when people like are trying to attack you because they switch up your tone. So like, it's saying, shut the fuck up, faggot. Like, out of nowhere with an attitude and all. And he would say it like that, like, zapato, how do you spell shoe in Spanish? Like, bitch, you just said it. And like, you're just trying to get under my skin. So he would do that all the time, and I would brush it off because, like I said before, like, I have been through too much in my life to let something like a stupid word that is literally my last name kind of bother me, right? So I really didn't let that bother me sometimes. Other times it did. I ain't gonna hold you because, you know, we all have them days and stuff. Did that brighten? It better have. So I'm getting to the good part, but I'm gonna finish this concealing part and I'm gonna bake. And then when I get to my eyes, that's when y'all gonna get the real tea. Alright, so I'm back. So I was just like swatching the colors. And I think I want to do, let me put it. So I swatched out a lot of brown because I don't really do brown. So they all look the same to me. So I think I want to touch this one, right? You see this brown right here? And then blow it out with something like this. You know what I mean? Like side by side. It looks darker. Like, it looks lighter on screen, but it's like dark here. But I don't know. I'm gonna see, because I know I'm gonna do the, not a cut crease, but like a cut crease of just gold. So we're gonna see how everything turns out. But now that I got that out the way, with me, girl. So this how it started with me. Oh damn, I don't want to stay here so early. I don't even know where I left off, but hopefully I left off at a good spot. I'm gonna just start off with what happened with me. So Miss Thing, damn, I'll put the base color first. Damn, what was the other one I swatched? Fuck. Oh, I'm just going to this brown. Just buff it out. So, how it started with me is Mr. I'm gonna call him Miss Thing because that's what he is. He's a thing to me. Miss Thing, one day. Okay, so it got to a point in my high school where kids were really not giving a fuck anymore. And they were like, fuck this. Like, we're not going to be in class no more. Which, I wasn't really one of them students. But at the same time, at this point, like, that's what the school was giving. Like, they were, like, being complete assholes and shit. Like, they were just, like, not listening to their students and stuff. I'm going to use this shit to buff this out. Jonathan, I ain't going to hold you. Because I'm very honest. That day, and this is what I told the cops. And I'll get to that. That day I was having a bit of an, I'm not gonna say attitude problem, because I was not having an attitude problem that day. I was not. I don't care what nobody says. Jonathan did not have an attitude that day. It was just one of those days for me, right? The prior class, and I'm gonna say what class I had. I had theater. I do not like theater. I don't know why they put me in that class. I had so many credits that I, like, to pass high school, you have to have a certain amount of credits, just like just like college. So I had enough credits that I had to take, like, a bullshit class. And that was, like, one of my bullshit classes. I hated that class. I dreaded that class. Even though I had it with one of my best friends, I still hated that class. Like, I just hated it. So I already had an attitude because that day my theater teacher, he was just doing too much like with everybody, like, but I didn't give him attitude because of the fact that I didn't really care. Like, it was just like a okay moment, like, all right, like, it's not that serious, just like calm down, you'll have you just let this like this day go through. So right, it was one of those. So I'm letting this day go by and shit. I get out the class, and like a few minutes before we leave the class, the teacher just starts spazzing on everybody, bitch. And when I say spazzing, like, he's dead ass just like going in on all of us for no reason. He's saying that how we're so disrespectful, that we never want to participate. Bitch, it's theater. The fuck, what? Like, I want to participate. Like, I'm not a shy bitch, but I'm a shy bitch, you know? Like, I won't act out unless I'm in front of my friends and stuff. So he wanted me because he knew about me. Like, I was a talk. Like, teachers talked about me in a good way. So he knew that I was like, I wasn't capable of shit, but like I was a very talkative student. Like he could get into it. Like he could, like, I would be like a good theater student. So that's what he wanted. But he was just being a complete asshole that day, like blowing everybody's shit. And like I was just like not for it. So like I did talk to him rudely, but he deserved it. Like he was dead being an asshole, guys. Like a complete a-hole. So whatever. That class is like almost about to be done, and he says, and this pissed me off. He said, I'm writing all of you guys up. Mind you, I have a solid record. A solid record. And he said, I'm going to write all of y'all up because y'all all disrespectful and y'all leaving without the bell being rung. You know, he's one of them teachers that the bell does not dismiss you. I do. Bitch, the bell dismisses me, bitch, because I have a class to go to. And I knew the second class, my Spanish teacher, was going to be a bitch about it. So, like, we had to stay and shit. And we were, like, fighting him. We're like, nah, you're not about to write us up because, like, we ain't do nothing, yada, yada, yada. So, we got everything not settled, but, like, we were all over. It was like, do what you gotta do. Like, we gotta go. Like, but the bell's about to ring, and like, we're not gonna get in trouble because you, mister, have an attitude. I don't know what was up with him that day. I think his husband, I don't know, bitch, but he was just like not giving that day. Like, he was just being weird, rude, all of it. Like, I don't know, but I wasn't really, you know, like, I wasn't like not antagonizing him, but I wasn't like trying to like hear it. Like, I was just like whatever. So I had my AirPods in. So not my AirPods because they didn't have AirPods at that time. So comes to my next class, and here's the shit. When the guy finally dismissed us, my thingy teacher, my what's it called teacher. When he finally dismissed us, we have 2 minutes to get to our next class. That's built into the schedule. We have 2 minutes to get to class. If you're not there, you're late. A lot of teachers will like let you go. It's my nigga. It's dead. Like sometimes I'll arrive a minute late, sometimes 2 minutes late, but like not like 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late. I was never that student. Okay, so I was a few minutes late. I ain't gonna hold you, but that was because of the teacher's fault. Like I told you. So this guy, I knew he was strict on time. I knew he was strict. But it was out of my hand. And you guys know it. Like, after hearing what you heard, it's out of my hand. I was dead ass, not gonna lie, 3 minutes late. The bell rung and Jonathan was just a minute late. Jonathan got to the room already with an attitude because you guys know what previously happened to me. So I was just like not feeling it at all. Like, I didn't want to deal with him. I didn't want to deal with nobody. Something I didn't say, well, I'm gonna tell you now, duh. In that class, there was an assistant teacher. Not because we were dumb, but it's I think it was a Spanish 2 class. And since we had so many kids who didn't know Spanish in that class, black kids and me, well, everybody, we just needed extra help because like we ain't know Spanish, bitch. It wasn't a secret. So, I got in, you know, a couple minutes late, like I said, and literally, I'm walking to the door, and he shuts the door in my face. Literally in my face. The most disrespectful thing you could do is disrespect me in front of people. He could have done that with just him and me. Jonathan would have been fine. But he did it in front of people. That was the disrespectful part. And that's what I don't stand for from anybody. So, he did that. And once he did that shit, I was like, ah, shit, here we go. And like, I already put my game face on. So I'm like standing outside the door. And we have a bell to start class bell, if that makes any sense. And then we have a late bell. The second late bell rings, and he still hasn't let me in the room. Mind you, he let the kid prior to me go in, but he told me to stay outside. So I'm like, bro, he's trying to like start with me. So then he opens the door. I'm trying to go through. And he's like, damn, this is where the story gets. He's like, why are you late? And I literally just look at him. I'm like, I'm not late. And he was like, you're 10 minutes late. I was like, you had me outside for those 10 minutes. You're not gonna mark me late. And he was like, don't tell me what to do. And I was like, well, you had me outside waiting. I'm not gonna be marked late because you decided to keep me outside. That's just not gonna happen. Like, I could have been in class already in my seat. And he was like, Jonathan, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Da 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 da. At this point, I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, you're gonna let me in or not? Because I could just go somewhere else. So he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, but you know me, good at two shoes. I'm standing outside the door waiting to go in class. So he like finally like says, go zapato. And I'm just looking at him. I give him the dirtiest look. I'm like, oh my god. So like I go through. I have my headphones in. He told me to take my headphones out. I told him I'm not gonna take my headphones out till I get to my seat and you start class. Cause everybody else had their headphones in. So you're not gonna disrespect me while everybody else has the same shit on. You're just not gonna do it. Oh my god, look how cute it looks. Champagne, love it. So, Miss Thing, oh my god, I wanna, let me finish this eye so I can really get into what he did. Both eyes are done and they look amazing. So I'm gonna put mascara on and continue with the story. So, oh my god, bitch, just like me remembering the stories because this gets me even more mad because like I genuinely feel like I was not in the wrong. So, and y'all see why. So, Miss Thing tells me the headphone part, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take it off till I get to my chair. Mind you, I'm still almost at the front of the door, just like maybe like a foot or two in, right? So I'm like, I'm like a foot and two in, and he gets in front of me. And the way everything was set up, let me finish this side. Hold on. So the way everything was set up, Miss Thing, and I keep calling him Miss Thing because that's what he is. He's a thing to me. So I'm using my beauty blender as a thing. So let's pretend like, oh my god, I need a flat surface. Okay, whatever. So let's pretend this is the board, right? This right here is a student's desk. This is him right here. This is me, right? I'm like, can you please get out of my way because I could not go around. I couldn't go this way because the desks were so full. Like the class was so full that I couldn't go around. Mind you, there's a kid behind me at this point. So I'm like, can you move? And he's like, no. And I'm like, bro, all right. So I'm just gonna stand there. He says, if you don't get to your seat in the next minute, I'm gonna write you up for tardiness and absent of class. Now, bitch, I was already in class. How are you gonna mark me for that shit? So I'm like, no. So you're gonna have to get out of my way. He was like, you're gonna have to move me. Something you don't ever want to do with me is ever test my gangster. I don't give a fuck who you are. You already disrespected me. So now I'm gonna disrespect you in front of people and in front of your like co-teacher. Mind you, the co-teacher is on my side because she sees and she always notices how disrespectful he always is to me. So Miss Thing decides to literally not budge. I have my book bag on and I'm like, bro, fucking like, Jonathan, you have to take this L. So the little space, you see that little space right there? Jonathan gonna get through there. My big ass, he gonna get through there. So I asked him politely 3 times. That's always my thing. I'm gonna ask 3 times. The 4th time you ain't gonna get the same thing. I asked him, I was like, can you please get out of my way so I can get to my seat? He said no. I was like, sir, you need to get out of my way so I can get to my seat. He said no. I was like, if you don't get out the seat, I'm gonna have to force my way to the seat. He said, do what you gotta do. Don't test my gangster, cause then I'ma do it. So when he said that shit, I was like, alright, boop. That wasn't even a good example. Let's try this again. I was like, boop. And like, he fell. Well, let me get into that part. So, I might get in trouble for posting this video. I don't care though. So, the way I handled that situation was grown. So, when I pushed him out the way, I did it sideways, my butt back to him. So I was like shimmying. Ooh, girl, good look fat. I shimmied. Look at that ass. I shimmied my way, like again, I was facing the board and I was just like shimmying, and I like pushed him. My book bag had a lot of books in it, so if my book bag wasn't gonna do what I wasn't gonna do, so I was gonna give him a little, oh, move. So Girl, he stumbled and like fell on the boy's desk. Mind you, my headphones are on blast at this point because I knew something was gonna happen. I get to my seat in my headphones. All I see is him. Oh my god. The way our school shit was set up, our chairs were connected directly to the desk. So there was no sliding in and out. They was not for that in my high school. He came, lifted my desk and went, you boom. Mind you, I'm sitting down. My book bag was on top of my desk. So I'm like, oh, hell no. So I'm like, I took out my headphones. I'm like, what the fuck was that for? He was like, you pushed me on the floor and you kicked me through. Mind you, this did not happen. This did not happen. Yo, I was like, I never pushed you on the floor. Nigga, you fell on his desk, that's it. And he was like, get the fuck out of my class. I was like, nigga, make me get out your class. He was like, Jonathan, I'm a call security guard. I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. And I was like, I don't care. I'm not gonna move. You know, I'm going back and forth with him. I'm like, I'm not gonna move. You're gonna make me move. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck about this dumbass class. So this is when I started doing my shit. So, let me get my shit out so I can finish this story. So, he, you know how he slammed my desk up and down? I picked up my stuff, right? Which, thinking about it, like thinking back to it, I should have not picked up my stuff. He should have picked it up for me. I picked up my shit, right? Don't call me broke, it broke. I picked up my shit, right? God, I'm so rude. I picked up my shit, put on my book bag. And as me getting out the class, since he want to flip desks, I'll start flipping desks. So I'm over here just picking up desks, slamming it and shit. And this is like a whole commotion. Teachers start leaving their rooms and they're like, what's going on? And he like starts saying that I'm a disrespectful student, that I hit him, yada yada yada. Like a whole bunch of lies, in my opinion. So, well, it wasn't really lies because I was dead ass doing it, but I was disrespected first. Y'all agree with me, right? Bro, I hate when I do this to my forehead, bro. Like, I always get creases on my forehead because of the way I talk, I go like this. I know y'all peeped it. So, whatever, right? So, I'm like leaving the class, mind you. I'm cursing him the fuck out because at this point, I'm disrespected. Like, you disrespected me when you lifted up my desk, pushed me, a whole bunch of... Oh, I ain't tell ya. When I was like trying to get through, he pushed me back at first. And that's when I pushed back because I ain't gonna hit you without you hitting me. Because, you know, that's an offense, that's assault. So, Miss Thing is still screaming at me. I'm still not outside the door. So I start going in, bitch. I'm like, nobody fucking likes you in this fucking school. Everybody hates you. These same teachers that are here right now don't fucking like you. Nobody fucking likes you. You're a bad teacher. You don't even know how to teach. We all don't like you. We all wish the worst for you. But I'm going in. This is Jonathan's anger just coming out. Like, I'm talking my ish. Like, ain't nobody like calming me down, mind you. The assistant teacher's on my side, but I'm getting disrespectful to the point that she can't save me at this point. So she's like, Jonathan, calm down. Like, you're doing too much right now. Which, low-key, I was doing too much looking back at it. But, like, I should have just walked out. But he was, like I said, again, he was being disrespectful. Why is my camera dying? So, he was being disrespectful. So, you're going to be disrespectful, I'm going to be disrespectful back. So, after that, you're like, this light don't be doing it for me. They're better. So, after that, okay guys, I'm back. Eyes done, lashes on. Don't look good. So I'm gonna go for a nude lip. But let me finish up the story. So I don't know what part I left off at again, but all I know is that I'm walking out. Mind you, still cursing and all and shit. Cursing the fuck out of him, saying that he's the worst teacher in the world, yada yada yada, boop dee boop boop. Mind you, there is 20 plus, I want you to remember this. There's 20 plus students there, right? Y'all remember what I did to him? I pushed him on the floor. Supposedly. So, whatever. I get sent down to the principal's office. Principal loved me, so he like, what the fuck you doing here? Go to the police department. And I'm like, why do I have to go to the police department? He was like, cause there's a police issue. I was like, why is that? He was like, cause it's a federal offense. I was like, hold up. I was like, what are you talking about? Hold on. My principal said it's a federal offense, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell you mean federal offense? Like, I didn't do anything. And he starts saying that it is said that I was beating him up. I was like, girl, what is you talking about? I'm like shocked as fuck because I wasn't beating him up. Realistically, he was beating me up emotionally. I don't know which one should I do. I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna go for pink. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I barely even touched him. Like, he touched me. Yada yada yada. It'll do you. There's a gloss. So then he's like, no, Jonathan. It was said that you listen. It was said that you picked him up, threw him on the floor. So I'm like, oh hell nah. I was like, that never happened. There's like, I started saying that there's like 100 other students in that classroom that they have to be called so they can like defend me and shit. Cause like that shit never fucking happened. He's talking about somebody hit him, that I threw him on the floor, that I was beating him up. So I was like, what the fuck? So this is how the story time came about. Since I beat up my teacher, I beat him up. I'm crying. So right, I beat him up supposedly. So I'm over here. Too pink on camera. Let me see. Look at the side. So he starts saying that the police department guy, he's over here screaming at me saying that I beat up a teacher, that that's an offense, that I can go to jail, yada yada yada, woo woo woo. And I'm like, bro, none of that happened. So I'm like writing my report up. I'm saying what happened. I always be fucking the lips up, always. So I'm over here saying my part of the story and what actually happened and stuff. They're not believing shit. First of all, that police department was not in my side. They were here trying to book me and shit. So then, this is where Jonathan gets mad. And I'm like, because my record not about to get ruined. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Fix it a little. I can't tell on camera if I am. So I'm like, makeup looks done. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that never happened. Writing up my police report, yada yada. So I get mad as fuck. And I'm like, hold on. I don't like the lips. So at this point I'm spazzing and I'm freaking out because my parents don't know what's happening and like I have to go to jail for this. So I call up, I'm telling him to call up the principal right now before I blow up the school. You know, a little threat. That threat was a little dangerous. I could have gotten in real trouble for that. But I tell the principal to come over because I need to tell him what really happened and stuff. So I'm explaining to the principal. I was like, let me tell you something. If I get booked for this, because that's what they were trying to do. The guy was trying to press charges. He wanted me in jail for pushing him. It's not my fault he fat as fuck and he fell. It's not my fault. So, the security guard, well, not the security guard, the police officer, he was not on my side. So, that's better. That look better in person. I don't know why the fuck y'all judging me. So I'm telling my principal, I'm like, bro, if I get booked for this is gonna be a problem for the school. Like, I'm gonna sue it. Like, I'm gonna make sure my parents sue for everything that you have, because that never happened. Like, there's 25 fucking students in there, plus there's a student aid. Like, the aid will tell you the truth. Like, if you don't want to believe the students, believe the aid. So at this point, once I said aid, everything, the whole story changed. The guy, President, let me tell you what the guy did. The guy, he left the school. This is how you know he was in the wrong and that he lied about everything. He left the school, right? Never came back after that. Never. And then he told everybody that he left because his mom was sick, yada yada. I don't know, some shit about his mom. I was like, bro, that's complete bullshit. He left because of me, because of what I did. Like, fuck out of here. I know what I did. I made mistake crying and stuff. But I told him, I was like, and I told my mom, I was like, you better go up to that school because I was suspended. They were going to suspend me regardless because I was like doing too much. So that was a given. I knew that was going to happen. So they suspended me and shit. They did not give me a police report or nothing, right? Because the fuck, I'm that bitch. Like, I really am a good student and I did nothing wrong. So they looked more into it. They asked the students, they asked the teacher. Everybody was on my side, of course. And like, I won the battle, he lost. After that, every fucking teacher was afraid to have me because they thought I was a troublemaking student, which I wasn't at all. Like, I wasn't entitled or nothing. It was like, at that moment, like, he really tried it, and like, I really didn't even touch him. And the threat I gave for him, like, firing him and shit, and like suing the school and stuff, that was because they trying to ruin my reputation. Like, if I would have had that on my record, which I low-key do, like, I have a disorderly conduct, some shit along those lines on my student record. But if I would have went to jail for hitting a teacher, you know how upset my parents would have been and how upset I would have been? I would have not went to the college I'm going to right now. I swear to God. Like, he would have ruined my fucking life. Like, it would have been over for him and me. Like, if I was gonna go down, you was gonna go down with me, sir. Cause like, they were gonna book me, like, put me in jail and shit. But I would have had to went to court. I would have had to got so many testimonies from so many other people. And I knew the guy didn't want that. Because Mr. was in the wrong. Like, I never touched you. But since you say I touched you, this is his exact quote. I physically and emotionally abused him. I threw him on the floor and kicked him in the stomach. That's exactly what he told police. First of all, y'all should have seen how small I was back in the day. I wasn't that small. But I was not capable of doing that at all. And all the teachers like knew that I was not capable of doing that shit. So he over here sitting here lying and shit. Fucking dumbass. That's why I don't know where he at, but I wish the worst for him. I'm sorry to say that, but I wish the worst for him. Like, he deserved everything bad that's coming for him. But that's the story time. Jonathan didn't get in trouble. It was a cute little fight that supposedly I beat him the fuck up, but I don't remember beating him up at all. But that's the story time, guys. Should I do a thumbnail right now? I'm gonna do a thumbnail. The fuck is you talking about? But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video. Remember, if you ain't gonna live the life how you want to live it, then who the fuck is gonna live it for you? Bye, guys. Love y'all. I'll see y'all for the next video. Next video is gonna be a story time, make a shit again. So love y'all. Stay tuned for more videos. 2021 is my year, our year. We're gonna prosper together. Bye, guys.